All right, welcome Buff Nation. We are live after witnessing Caden Salter's NFL showcase. The Buffs fall by a score of 24-14. Hey, in an effort, it kind of ended how we expected, but hey, it was nice to see us stick around with KSU in the elements for a little while. I am joined by my good friend Russ to discuss it one last time for the season. Y'all be sure to get in here, smash the like, subscribe to both channels. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Shout out to Kalshi, sponsor of David Talks Buffs. Use the promo code DTB for a $10 bonus. And hey, maybe Shador and the Cleveland Browns get the job done against the Niners. Shout out to Colorado area Taco Bells. The future is now, Russ. Sorry for the long-winded intro, but man, how are you doing? Thoughts, overall thoughts, man, on the game?
I'm good. Enjoyed Thanksgiving. Glad the season's over. Glad that's exactly what was about to come out of my mouth. Glad that dumpster fire that season is over. And looking forward to what's about to happen in this offseason. The word is that, the Buffs are in the process of interviewing offensive coordinators as we speak. So, again, change is coming. We said change was coming. It's here. We now get to see what happens, and it's like I said Wednesday night, Dave. Change is going to come fast. It is going to come fast. I guarantee within 48 hours, we're going to learn a lot about this team for 2026 already here very quickly. And, that game, the players that showed up are the players that I wanted to keep, Tafik Bayard, coming out injured, still trying to play, making plays before, he can't really continue with that injury. Alex McPherson, London Merritt, Omarion Miller, heck, Michael Welsh, Dallin Hayden looking pretty good. But, the rest of that team, it's just not what it needs to be. Not what it needs to be at all. So there's that.
I got to read this comment from our good friend Andy. I thought 4-8 was going to be the worst of it, but change is coming, and David Talks Buffs will be named the new OC by tomorrow. Yeah, that's what y'all didn't understand, is that I'm actually out of town interviewing for the offensive coordinator position.
Dave, are you the infamous, Barstool Sports controversial hire that is being interviewed right now?
Yeah. I got 5 plays. 4 of them are 4 verts. Moving this table. Yeah. But Andy, dude, we didn't even finish 4-8. So we're 3-9, man. We couldn't even get to 4-8, but change is coming. And hey, Russ, I have to give Coach Prime and the Buffs credit for this, man. We finally had a game with no penalties.
It took what, 3 years? 3 years to get that to that point. Yep. But yet it was a CU game. There was not much of a difference this game from many of the games this season. You have to admit, look at the last play of the game for the Buffs. Yeah, 4th down. You need 6 yards. It's not like it's a short yardage situation that Salter can run for that. You have to throw the ball to somebody and give someone a chance to catch it. You're not going to pick that up running for it unless it is absolutely wide open and he gets tackled and the game, the season's over, the game's over. And that was just a summation of this season, if I dare say so myself.
Yeah, easy to get no penalties when you don't play defense. I mean, they were just running all over the field on us. And I know, when you look at the numbers in this game, it's like, dude, we were better on 3rd down than Kansas State, which is weird. Let me pull this up too.
It just shows how weird of a game that was. Neither team was playing their best ball. Honestly, K-State wins because their running back Jackson had a fantastic day. And even then, he didn't have the same day that they had last week against Utah, which everybody was like, oh, Kansas State's going to rush for, 400 yards on Saturday. This game was just boring, might I say? Just not much happening the whole game. I mean, the fact that K-State goes the entire first half 7-0 and we tie it right at the end, which, by the way, was the first drive in the last 2 minutes of a half or game that Caden Salter led to points, Dave.
Yeah. Dude, I thought we were put out of our misery a few weeks ago with Kane Salter, but we just had to see it one last time. That terrible, dumb interception there at the end of the first half.
I called that early in the game. I'm like, you can see it. Caden Salter, every time he got the ball, what does he do? He just starts going backwards, and then he throws off his back leg to whoever. And then what happens? He does it again, and it ends up in the worst pick like ever, just like floated out there. Dave, the Caden Salter experience is over.
Dude, thank God, dude. I mean, this has been the worst nightmare ever. And, dude, I mean, I just got to say it, dude. Shame on you, Coach Prime. Shame on you, Coach Prime, for rolling Caden Salter out there for one more start. I thought once the game started, I thought maybe this was some mad scientist 4D chess move where he started Caden Salter to then bench him one last time, right? Because that's like how it should go, right?
Yeah, no.
Ryan Staub got in there with that helmet issue, and then he was never seen again. I'll say it, man. We win this game with Ryan Staub. That's how I feel about it. I know.
Juju, we probably win that game.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he was thrown against the wind. Are you serious? Are we really making these excuses right now?
So then you don't throw off your back foot into the wind. It's not that hard.
Yeah, step into it like a man. What are we doing now? But dude, I mean, just thank God this season is over. I mean, just an absolute nightmare. Losing the last 5 straight games. Russ, what was it what date was it when we beat Iowa State? Was that our last win we had?
Yeah, no, it was our last win, and yeah, that was it. God, that was like what, 5-6 weeks ago? Man. No, 7 weeks ago.
It was in October. It was like
we went 0-5 in the last 5. We went 0-5 in the last 5. We had a bye week in there. We had 2 bye weeks. Actually, it was I think it was like 8 weeks ago that we beat Iowa State.
Dude, how about this, man? We all came into this year thinking that this roster was deeper and maybe didn't have the star talent. But, man, were we wrong. Man, were we sold a bag of goods that wasn't there, man.
Yeah, Dave, here's the frustration, and here's what Buff Nation is talking about online, and you and I have talked about this offline, and several other people mentioned it, okay? I still truly do believe that this team, roster-wise, was pretty talented. I think what we're most pissed off about is that this season was frustrating because unlike the Dorrell and, all the seasons we've had before, the talent was there, but the execution was so piss poor, which is why I'm excited to see a completely different coaching staff for next season, which I assume is what's coming with the loss of Marshall Faulk, with the new OC, seeing what else happens on the staff. I truly do. And then on top of that, your quarterback play. That's where you absolutely, when you miss on the quarterback that bad, Dave, you're not going to have a successful season. I don't care who you are.
Dude, when you're combining Pat Shurmur with Caden Salter, it's just a bad recipe for a nightmare, man. And that's dude. I don't know how to explain this season other than just it was a nightmare. Thank God it's over. But I got to tell you this, Russ. I still leave this game with one last surprise. Ronald Coleman didn't get any carries today.
Do you know what I love in that press conference when Coach Prime said, I put that guy in? He didn't even use the kid's name. At that point, I'm like, oh, shoot, that kid is not getting any favors with Ronald Coleman. He is never seeing a CU football field in the rest of his career. That is what I got from that, because when Coach Prime even doesn't respect your name at that point, you know that you're in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we see, I'm guessing we'll see a lot of these players at the portal. I think that, word is that all of these true freshmen that we had this year, they're all coming back. We'll see what happens with Seton. It really does seem like, hey, he's he's going to get some fantastic offers out there, and hopefully CU can put together a competitive offer to bring him back.
I think they will, Dave. I mean, if our high school recruiting class does not grow by much more, we should have plenty of money to give Seton whatever he wants to come back for one more year. Like, he's probably getting a couple $1 million next year to come back. And we can probably give it to him, and they probably will, because they should. You don't let a quote unquote franchise left tackle top 5 pick in the draft just walk when you have a what will be, David, a redshirt freshman at quarterback next year.
Yeah. Dude, but yeah, I'm hoping, Russ, is there really any assistant coach right now
No,
that you want to see return?
there's not one that I would be like, I would be upset if they didn't return, I think is my point. There's several that I would be mad if they did return, Dave. And they very well could, but there's several that I at this point, I could care less who comes back when it comes to that. Same with players. And we can talk about that, David, because there's probably a list of 5 players on this roster that we have to retain no matter what. The rest of them can honestly go, and people will probably think it's controversial with some of the players that I think should go or could go, but it's because they're replaceable. They are not game breakers when it comes to what this team can be. And so, that's where I'm at when we head into this portal season. So when a ton of people enter the portal, I know people are going to say the sky is falling. But as long as like this 5 or 6 players that I'm thinking about don't enter the portal, we're fine.
Oh, man, I mean, the sky can't really fall that bad when you're already 3-9.
Exactly.
There's not going to be a lot of guys. I mean, there's mainly, a few players that I'll be upset to lose if or / once they enter the portal. But man, I know I'm all over the place here, but special teams, dude, I got to talk about it. The Alejandro Amata, it is over. We no longer have to see a kicker kick that thing, 8 feet off the ground and hope that it doesn't get blocked. Hey, when you don't field the full roster, you got to throw a guy out there that looks like, he's, my size, like 185 pounds out there blocking 2 guys on on the field goal block. Just terrible, dude. Michael Pollock can go. The entire recruiting staff can go. And thank God, dude, a lot of these 38 seniors or whatever, we'll never have to see them again. Most notably being Caden Salter. So, yeah, good luck for, not the NFL, but maybe the UFL. Maybe we could see him in that arena league Paxton Lynch is playing in, something like that, or the CFL. But, yeah, today is the NFL showcase for our 38 seniors. I think it was it was a disaster. Any other comments, man, on this game?
I mean, this game is what it is. I mean, we talked about it Wednesday. It didn't matter. It's not a big deal. It was never going to be a big deal. The fact that we were in this or it was close or anything like that makes no difference to this team moving forward. I liked the fight out of a few of the players. And again, the players that I most want to retain are the ones that showed up and actually played decently well today. And so, I think we move on, Dave. I don't think there's much to talk about this game. I think we use this more as a moratorium on this season and figuring out where does this team go from here now as we start to learn a little bit more about what's happening. Obviously, the OC interviews happening currently, and just talking about, what's being talked about in the chat and online, which is, how many players are going to hit the portal? What's that going to look like? What does it all mean for us going forward? And, what's going to happen from here? What are you thinking, Dave? How are you feeling right now?
I mean, I'm just like relieved that the season is over, dude. Like, yeah, dude, I ain't gonna lie, dude. This game was like watching a game of golf on TV. Like, there was no excitement, no aura to it, even though we were in it for like most of the game, dude. It's just a lot of the guys out there, I'll be honest, dude, they're not guys that you just really get excited about rooting for. There are a few guys on the team right now that played today that, I get excited to see them show out.
Yeah,
but man, these guys gave you no reason to really cheer super hard for him and be excited for him, coming into this game. So,
Yep.
I thought it was strange that Joseph Williams didn't play. Wasn't he left off the injury report yesterday?
He moved to probable, I thought. It looked like he was going to play with all intentions. So my assumption is maybe he's gone. I don't know, but it's also a pointless game. Like, if you're at all banged up or hurt, you shouldn't have been playing, which is another reason that, again, Dave Byard is just, he is everything on that defense.
Yeah.
And he's one of the guys that I would say we absolutely have to retain. He did absolutely tremendous on that defense every time he was called upon. Played his heart out, worked harder than anybody else on that defense. And the fact that he went out there as hurt as he was, just playing.
Yeah, man. I love seeing what we saw at Tafik, man.
It is. And to the people asking, like, the guys that I think are absolutely must retain no matter what, that's the key of the definition of that, would be Julian Lewis, Jordan Seaton, Tafik Byard, Alex McPherson, London Merritt. Honestly, anybody else can be replaced, on this team outside of those players. As bad as it sounds, because people will be like, oh, Omarion needs to stay, blah, blah, blah. Omarion's a good wide receiver, but he is not in the same territory as like a Jeremiah Smith or a Cam Coleman or like the top receivers in the country. So you can find guys that can do just as well as he does if you absolutely had to. It's not the end of the world. Sky is falling. But for the most part, those guys right there are guys that are going to be extremely hard to replace in the portal. And you're definitely not replacing them in high school recruiting at this point, Dave, because there's nobody on that high school recruiting list that I think even comes close to those 5 players.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Those are the 5. And it sucks that those are the only 5 on this, 85-man roster. But when you look at it, Dave, we're already losing 40 guys that are going to be gone due to, eligibility. So I can't name any of those guys on it. That's half the roster. And then the rest of them, they had their moments, but it is what it is. Like, they're replaceable. You can get that kind of production out of other players. It's not, it's a dime a dozen type thing. So that's where it's at.
Yeah. What about TJ Branch? I mean,
I'd love to retain him, but it sounds like, based on everything we're hearing, is he's not coming back already. So would absolutely love him and a safety room of Slaughter, Branch, and Tafik Byard would be pretty good next year, and I'd be happy with that. But we need defensive linemen. We need linebackers. We need corners. Bad. And good news is Prime at least said in his press conference that they are going to focus on defense and offensive line in the portal, which, hey, it's pretty obvious that that's what we need. We don't need, 20 receivers. We don't need 20 running backs. We don't need the skill positions like that. We need defense bad.
It's sad that we're going into our 4th off season, and that's like, it's taken this long for that to like finally be reinforced. It's like, oh yeah, we need to invest in the defense and the offensive line. Maybe invest in linebacker. God, did you see Jeremiah Brown get like driven back like 10 yards on those run plays, dude? Can we get some talented linebackers in here, please?
They're not disciplined. I mean, why do you think the quarterback run, Dave, is so effective against us? The players that are supposed to read the quarterback and read the option plays have no clue how to do that correctly at all.
Yeah. Wild dog, man, we're soft in the middle this year. I would like to see
that's understatement.
I'd like to see our running backs come back, but again, dude, like when if I'm on a school visit last week to see you, and I see Ronald Coleman put in when the game is on the line over these scholarship guys, I'm like, how do I know I'm not going to get pulled for some Make-A-Wish story that Coach Prime wants to add?
I mean, by the way, to the person that says we do need a running back, we need a running back if they leave. Absolutely. But the fact that Dallin Hayden does not get used correctly when every time he's been put in the game this season, he was showing out and doing well. What did Dallin Hayden end up for average yards per carry for the season, Dave?
Man, I don't know. Let me, I got his page open. Give me a second.
I mean, because today at half, he was 6.2 yards a carry, and they started off the second half not really giving the ball. They finally started to again, but it's just it's just frustrating.
4.7.
4.7 on the season, and you don't use him with how many carries total? I know he was injured to start the season, but
He had
Jesus,
55 carries.
it felt like we just didn't like I would not blame Dallin Hayden for hitting the portal. I would not.
Dude, we just didn't have an identity on offense like at all this year. That needs to be the first question you're asking these OCs.
And that's probably what they're doing, Dave. I mean, it makes sense that they're already interviewing OCs because in order to high school recruit and in order to get in the portal, they need to know what this offense is going to look like next year. And they need to talk to whoever's going to be the OC and hear, this is my, scheme that I'll be using. And this is what's happening, So that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, dude, when you got subpar quarterback play, what we did this year was we, leaned into the pass game, baby. Still just a total disaster, man. Everything needs to be flushed. What happened with Draylon this year, dude? He's another guy that I'm just wondering if he's like looking for a fresh start because again, we didn't have all year. We didn't have a philosophy on offense on like, hey, this is how we're going to attack certain defenses with these certain players that provide mismatches, in our favor. None of that, dude. Draylon was kind of just brought all over the place. Same with like Cam Michael, like these guys highly touted coming out of high school. They've, with some of these weapons, man, we've kind of mismanaged them a little bit, I feel like. And I wouldn't be surprised if they leave to just try and find like a definite role. I don't know their role.
No, they absolutely were. Again, a lot of the stuff people are talking about in the chat, that's all Pat Shurmur, Brett Bartolone's offense. The only thing that's going to save this is by picking a good OC who has a good scheme, who can sell to people why they come to Colorado. So for everybody out there that's like, why would any player want to come to Colorado at this point? They can't do this. Well, that was Pat Shurmur's offense. And that is no longer going to be the offense going forward. So the question is, who is the OC and what is the scheme they're going to be bringing? Because I guarantee you nobody's taking the job, Dave, without saying that I'm playing my way at this point, because we're not, for the first time in Coach Prime's era, going in-house for your OC.
Thank God, dude.
It's literally what it's been. You guys have to realize that since Jackson State, he has been like continually keeping it pretty much in-house for his OC, playing what I would essentially call, Coach Prime's also his scheme, because it was very similar to what they did at Jackson State for the most part.
Man, I hope this is an outside hire, somebody with like real autonomy on offense, dude, because I think what we saw last year or last game, dude, with the Ronald Coleman thing is that these guys, this is still Coach Prime's brand of offense that he's wanted to play, dude. He still wanted to throw it around regardless of the personnel. He still wants to, yank guys into different roles, regardless of how that might deter the offense from getting into a rhythm throughout the season. That Ronald Coleman thing with him going above Marshall Faulk to do that, I think it shows a lot, dude, about, yes, a lot of this is Pat Shurmur's fault, but Prime needs to learn from this too, that his philosophy, unless he's got 2-12 back there, it's not working. It's not working, and likely it's a disaster. So hopefully, hey, we can get somebody in here that has the autonomy not only to run their own offense how they want to, not like Sean Lewis, but somebody who's got the autonomy to also hire some of their own assistants as well. And Robert Livingston needs to do that, man. So that's going to be something that if we're able to do that, I think that there's a lot of great reason to hope for a great bounce back season next year. But if we see guys like Coach Hart stick around in their roles, I'm going to be a little bit nervous about seeing a nice jump.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's where we're at. I agree with you. I think Livingston ends up staying, but I'm hoping to the Lord above that he gets to pick more of his staff going into next year. Because I think it would be hard, Dave, to have to replace both the OC and DC at the same time and then recruit and portal all at the same time. I think what they're focused on is fix the offensive side of the what's going on, keep Livingston in place. Obviously, you can swipe out the position coaches fairly easily if we're being honest, but letting Livingston be able to select those for guys that he actually likes, that would be an absolute nice thing to see. So, I think that's what we need to see. And luckily, so far, Dave, everything we're seeing is that's exactly what's happening with the focus on finding an OC as quick as possible so that they're not, caught with their pants down like Penn State feels like they are right now, where it just seems like, all these head coaches are already getting snatched up, and we're getting closer and closer to signing day. We're getting closer and closer to the portal. If you don't have a head coach in place by the time those things happen, / offensive coordinators to be able to sell your program, you're going to be in even worse shape than even we are right now. I mean, let's talk about it. Like, why is nobody talking about why is nobody talking about Nebraska right now? Like, I get it. Everyone wants to talk about how shitty our recruiting class is, but Jesus, I didn't realize that Nebraska had not like a single recruit committed for 2026.
Dude,
and the potential of Dylan Raiola transferring, and yet they extended Matt Rule and paid him a ton of money, but nobody be talking about that. That's for sure.
Dude, it is so crazy how these programs never seem to separate too far away from each other.
No.
It's insane, dude. I mean, Colorado and Nebraska might be the two biggest disasters right now at the Power 4 level.
Yeah, let's talk about it, because of course your mom wants to say that they're 7-5. Yeah, they won't be 7-5 if they do this alongside us.
Dude, that's crazy. Dude, that is so crazy, dude. How do you got 9 commits? You got less than CU, dude. You're Nebraska. You got money, right?
Yeah, Matt Rule has a winning record. How's his record against top 25 opponents? I'll take a winning record against non-25 opponents. Yeah, sure. That does me a whole lot of good. Talking about my ass like I don't understand that he doesn't have any wins against a top 25 opponent in the last decade.
Hey, listen, this is called cope. This is called cope, okay? That we're doing it. We're doing it.
It's the fact that both programs, this is how bad it is right now. This is how bad it is.
I mean, dude, just insane. So Nebraska is at
both ways.
Is at 104 with 9 commits. And yeah, sorry, my computer out here is like really slowing down. Let me see where we're at. But yeah, Russ, we got to get some commits. It's not even bringing it up. I think we're 101. But I got to stop sharing if this live stream is going to continue. Sorry. I forget like the 24/7 website, dude. Sometimes like, if I'm overwhelmed.
Does it get blocked?
The broadband.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's just hilarious that that's what's going on right now. Like, we get all the crap for not recruiting high school, and there's plenty of other teams doing it right along with us. But,
did he pick up any little tidbits from Prime's presser? You say anything, or you just keep it all generic?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man.
I have not seen any posts about the presser. If we're, who knows if we're going to even get one at this point. Jeez.
Hey, dude, surely he'll stream it. But yeah, man, leave these assistant coaches, leave these seniors on the tarmac, man. I'm not going to say it was fun, but this year was a season. It was a season.
It's a good way to say it. It existed.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Yeah, it existed. Talking about Nebraska now is like pouring salt in the wound, dude. It's hilarious, man. Yeah.
I know. I love. You can definitely tell who the secret Nebraska fans are in the chat, because everybody just defending everything that's going on there and saying how much better than they are than us. Like, beginning of the season, you had people saying that we were stupid for, saying that, losing by 7 points to Georgia Tech was, deep down not that bad. And yet people are coping with the fact that Nebraska, while 7-5, have not beaten a top 25 team in rules term and only have 9 recruits for 2026. And it sounds like they may be losing their star quarterback to the portal potentially. So you know what? People can do whatever they want in the chat and say it, but it's funny. It's absolutely funny.
Dude, I'll tell you what, man. We need multiple dogs on the recruiting staff. We need people that are going to do their job. And I think like one thing that, again, we got to do better this year is trying the best we can to vet the character of these guys if we're going to be giving them big investments in the transfer portal, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know how possible that is, but you got to do a better job than what you did last time. Again, this is why I'm a big fan of recruiting, 20 to 25 guys in high school every year. You're at least getting to develop a relationship with them over, 1, 2, 3 years. And you kind of know if they're right for the program, if they're a good fit for the program or not. And but it looks like, man, we're gonna have another 40 mercenaries next year, and let's just hope that they got multiple years of eligibility and that they're good fits for the program. And maybe with Julian and Tawfiq Bayard here, we can establish some sort of leadership structure. And I hope to God Jordan Seaton's around for that, but I don't really know.
We need something completely different when it comes to the recruiting staff, how it's done, what's done for recruiting. They need to hire somebody, Dave, just to be a local recruiter. We've talked about that. Like, it's not that hard to keep that going and to keep that, active. Heck, I would take 20 guys at this point, Joe. Like, I would take 20 guys. We're not even going to get there.
Dude, I will take 13, dude. I will take dude. And I'm guessing the recruiting staff, the staff that we're wanting fired, I guess they're responsible for the 6 guys we had visit last week. And it looks like we're not going to close on any of those guys, dude. What a waste of time, dude. We still have a handful. We still have like 15, 20 guys that we have offered that we have already said you're good enough for this program, dude. And we haven't brought them back for official visits this year. We didn't bring them back last weekend. Dude, these are guys that we have offered. They're uncommitted. And instead, I guess the strategy is to go after dudes that want to go to Ole Miss. There is such a lack of awareness for where we're at, dude. With Shador and Travis, yeah, that's exciting. You can sell some blue chip guys on coming here, man.
And
But
even
after
then,
what we saw this year, dude, you gotta wake up.
even then, did we really sell them to blue chip guys? Like, how many like blue chip guys truly did end up coming because of that? Like, and not in the positions that we needed. At least we got London Merritt, Alex McPherson out of that. Sure, like that class will be just fine. But there was definitely some misses that we made during that class as well. And now it's just the momentum's going into this class. The 2026 class is going to go down as the worst one. So there's that,
Oh, dude, this offseason, it's going to be an interesting one. Russ, man, I don't really got much to say, dude. I feel like I'm about out of words. I mean, if you could just take some time to just describe this season as a whole, dude, I guess, we can make a little obituary out of this and, play the final tune and,
I mean,
cast this season down into the pits of hell where it belongs.
There's really only one word to describe this season, and that is disappointing. To come off of what you had last year, to feel like you had a little bit of momentum, to feel like things were looking good. And like we said, I think skill-wise, there were definitely some decent players on this team. I think the roster itself is probably not a 3-9 team, but unfortunately, the coaching absolutely disappointed at every level. And now the recruiting staff has disappointed at every level. So it's hard to even, look forward and be super excited at this very second. Okay, very second, Dave. Now, could we be singing a completely different tune in about 4 weeks? Maybe. But right now, it's hard to really think about that. And so disappointing is really all I can think of.
Dude, disappointing, dude. This should have been dude. Even with Salter being bad, dude, this team should have been bowl eligible. This team should have
At
gotten,
minimum, even with how bad Salter played,
that's how I
absolutely.
feel about it. But hey, when your players are bad, your coaches are bad, your culture's bad, what can you really expect? You know, what can you expect? The way that I would describe this season is, it's just a bad acid trip, man. It was just a bad acid trip where we keep making the same mistakes, keep playing the same guys, keep doing the same things that just lead to disasters. I mean, you go off of and have the biggest win of the year against Iowa State, and then people don't care to come back and get back into town on time, so then they're suspended for the following game. Dude, what is going on? We got serious culture issues, but yeah, man, this was a bad acid trip. I'm glad, we're finally kind of coming out of it. And Russ, I got to thank all the fans. I got to thank all the subscribers, the commenters, for living through this bad acid trip with us the entire year, man. It's, they are some of the people that still make this fun. And even though it can be disappointing and I can be pissed off getting on here, man, I love talking CU Buffs football with you, Russ. I love talking CU Buffs football with everybody in the comments, man. We can fight, we can debate, we can crash out. And what good is sports if you don't like riding the emotional wave, baby?
Absolutely. And Dave, the press conference is happening. And here's, Prime's final words for the season.
Oh, no.
If anybody is built to reconcile and get this thing back on course, it's me. I will do it if it's the last thing that I do on this earth. This was the Last Supper. Literally saying he's going to sacrifice himself pretty much, Dave, to fix this. So let's see what happens. Let's see.
This was the Last Supper.
What happens.
Quote.
If people understand. I know people are going to take that out of context and think it's him saying like he's leaving. I take it as like literally he's about to sacrifice and kill himself to fix this.
Oh man!
So
yeah,
there it is.
Who was Judas? Was it Coach Hart, Coach Mathis,
Shermer? It's Shermer all day with a little sprinkle of Caden Salter.
We gotta say bye to all these Judases. Yeah,
biblical here.
Incredible.
But good God, you can't say he doesn't make it interesting at least a little bit when it comes to how he speaks.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be fun, man. This is it's gonna. Yeah, dude. Then give me my theme music, dude. And that's how we end the season, baby.
Walk out just like that. Last Supper. Give me my theme music.
I love it, man. This is the Last Supper. Well, guys, I guess maybe I'll be back if it's announced that we fire some people later today.
Yeah,
but
I have a feeling, Dave. I have a feeling we'll probably tomorrow, Monday, probably might be Bloody Monday.
Okay.
When it comes to this staff,
dude, that's when I'll probably have like a celebration live stream for some of the coaches getting fired. So we'll party over here. You got your show going on Monday? Or you're still going to do the call-in show?
We'll probably do one more full call-in show for this season, talk about what's going on, but it'll be kind of like most off seasons where we we have all the shows. I mean, you and I both, based off of the breaking news that's going to be happening on a regular basis, I think, over the next several weeks. So we'll see what happens. I'll still at least do a Monday show going forward, but we'll have to see what happens.
Man, it's going to be fun. Oh, Russ, should we give one final thank you?
Oh, that's right.
To
the moratorium
of making this season still fun and tolerable through the losses, man.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Taco Bell one last time. We appreciate you for sticking with us this season. The Buffs box was absolutely tremendous. Probably the biggest success of the season, Dave, if I'm being honest, when it comes to these players, is the Buff box. We appreciate Taco Bell for all of their sponsorship. We'll be continuing to eat that Taco Bell in the Front Range of Colorado due to their support of Buffs football. So we appreciate them go get your cups before they're all gone. They're probably close to being all gone, but you could still have a chance of getting your Jordan Seaton or Julian Lewis cup to at least have that. So we appreciate them. We appreciate everything they have, given to us. They've given to the program. They've donated so much money. So while CU may not have shown up in the win column, Taco Bell at least showed up in the support column. So we appreciate them, and we're extremely happy to have had them as a partner this season.
Dude, let's go. Let's go. Taco Bell, we love you. Kevin Riley, the super chat. Shout out David and Russ for great reporting this year. Appreciate you guys. Dude, Kevin, man, this was so much fun. Hey, I'm out of YouTube jail now too. So
That's
how
right.
about that? With the season coming to a close. Yeah, dude, this was like jail for football fans too this whole season. So it was lined up perfectly being in YouTube jail. Thank you, Kevin, man. Again, this is you guys are what makes this fun. We're building a good community over here, and I'm not shaving my beard till we win another game. Decided.
It's staying.
Yeah. I'm not showering until we win another bowl game. So, Russ, I guess without further ado, man, we'll end this stream. Good riddance to the 2025 Colorado Buffaloes.
And it's time for the hopium that is 2026.
Yep, get ready to start glazing on Monday, fans. You guys are gonna absolutely hate the optimism, but we're in the off season, baby. That's all you can do.
That's all we can do. It's all we can do, and that's what's gonna happen. So, RIP 2025 Buffs. Buddy got it.
Yeah,
and,
actually not rest in peace. Rest in piss. That's rest in piss. 2025 Buffs. You guys suck, and all the hard feelings, dude. I took this season personally. So we'll be out of here, guys. Have a wonderful Saturday, and hopefully we get some news. Let's go Buffs.
Let's go Buffs.